You know, I gotta throw credit where credit is due. I loved the Dynafit Ultra 100 from a few seasons back. It was a low-profile sleeper shoe that was designed to go fast over technical terrain and keep me locked in for a hell of a ride. The new Dynafit Ultra 100 has some fun improvements, but doesn't quite take the same leap into awesomeness as I'd hoped. The new Ultra 100 features a new upper design with better lace access and new flexible but less showy welded overlays, a solidly responsive and flexible midsole, and new Vibram Mega Grip awesomeness. These end up feeling extremely similar to shoes from Innovate in that they're low to the ground with a lot of ground feel, great grip, and lots of flexibility. But gone is the protective nimbleness of the Dynafit Ultra 100 original. But does the new Dynafit Ultra 100 tickle my trail running fancy, or is there still a little bit to be desired? We're gonna find out in today's review.
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another Ginger Runner review. Today we're talking about an oft-looked-over brand, Dynafit, and the Ultra 100 new version. It's not like the Ultra 100 version 2 or any of that kind of stuff. It's just the Ultra 100 new version. A lot of things to talk about in today's review about this shoe. Loved the first version. This one, we'll find out. But before we dive into the review, of course, a couple of things I have to point out. First, consider joining the GR crew. It is our community of runners from around the world. It's an amazing group of people who are going through the same things that you're going through, training for some of the same races that you might be training for. And it's just a great way to support the channel, and it's just an awesome community of runners. And second, this shoe was provided for review by Dynafit. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to say anything positive or negative. I am not financially compensated for anything that I say in this review. All opinions are my own. No one has to approve it before it goes live on the YouTube. You're the first to see it. Congratulate yourself by patting yourself on the places that need patting. So let's dive in. I like to talk about the things I like and dislike about every product that I review. This is no different. We start, as always, with the things that I like. Flexible. This is something that certainly carries over from the first version. I like a shoe that has enough flexibility to sort of adapt to the undulating terrain while maintaining some level of protection. And I don't know, I just really like the flexibility of the shoe. It does certainly help you feel the ground and feel the nuances of the rocks and the roots and everything that's underfoot. Yeah, I like it. Durable. Dynafit has always done something quite well with their shoes, and that is design it and build it in a way that will make the shoe last. I think the more you wear it, the more it'll adapt to your foot and it starts to feel more slipper-like. The Ultra 100 is certainly going to last you for hundreds of miles. I'm getting plenty of wear out of it, even with the white color, which tends not to last very long or at least look very good. Everything is holding up pretty well, and I'm happy to say it's a durable shoe. Nice job, Dynafit. Grip, specifically Vibram. I love to see it, I love to touch it, and I love the way it touches the ground. Yeah, they're incorporating Vibram, and I'm really happy to see that. I do think Vibram makes by far one of the best outsole rubbers. The more shoes we see using it, the better we as customers feel on the trail, and that is just, it's a win-win. So, great grip. That being said, it's not all flaky crust cobbler a la mode and some finish line popsicles. There are a couple of things that I dislike about the Dynafit Ultra 100 second version. Let's get to those now. Less precise. One thing that I loved about the first version was that the shoe was able to fit my foot comfortably, and it felt like a slipper that I could sort of leap from rock to rock on. It was a really nimble shoe. This feels a little less precise in that department. Yes, it's got the flexibility and good ground feel and the mega grip and all that good stuff. It just feels a bit more cumbersome. In the introduction, I mentioned that it feels very similar to Innovate shoes, and that's sort of the same thing that I feel in this shoe or those shoes, is that it just feels a bit bigger, a bit more blockier, less nimble. It makes sense when you get your foot in it. Cushioning. The first version, I thought, had just enough cushioning and protection underfoot to allow you to run long distances, 100 miles, for example, calling it the Ultra 100. And it wasn't too fatiguing, and it wasn't too responsive, it wasn't too soft, it just was like enough. Here, I feel like we have more cushioning, but it flattens out, and it does begin to feel like an Innovate, which is just not enough cushioning for me. It just, I don't know, doesn't really seem to want to go super long distances, in my opinion, which is sort of a bummer because I really liked the first version for that reason. And finally, looks. I'm not necessarily into these looks. I think Dynafit does a ton of great stuff with their apparel, with all of their ski items and their trail running apparel. The shoes have always been pretty cool looking shoes. This one just feels a little, I don't know, dated. The white, the black, the bright orange, I feel like it's a step back versus their first one. But of course, looks are in the eye of the beholder. One of you out there might be looking at this going like, oh yeah, that's the shoe for me. It's not me. But that is it for dislikes. So let's get a bit more specific in our breakdown, where we talk about build quality, fit, comfort, price, and looks, starting as always with build quality. So I do think that the shoe is built quite well. I did mention that it's a durable shoe. That is certainly the case, and it's going to get you plenty of miles. Comfort, I think it is a comfortable shoe, low slung, plenty of ground feel. Those of you who like a more responsive ride or a ride that gives you plenty of that ground feel, this is that one shoe that's going to give you plenty of that. Well, providing a little bit of protection, not as comfortable as the first version. So I'm going to put that out there as well. I just thought that the first version was like a really cool precision ultra shoe. Fit, I think it is a more accommodating shoe than the first version. I also like that you can get access to all of the laces. Well, most of them up top, because the previous version kind of had a full mesh cover over the top of him. Here you can actually get in there, get some nuanced tightening and stuff like that. But overall fit, it's not bad. It's actually more accommodating than I expected, which does contribute to that less nimble feel, but I think a lot of people will benefit from the fit of the shoe. Price at $170, that is at the higher end of the spectrum, certainly not at the lowest end, but certainly not at the highest end either. It is a lot of money, but I do think you're getting a lot of shoe for that. I've seen some price tags lately that are just astronomical. So $170, I'm like, wow, that's cheap, which is, it's not good for my wallet. And finally, looks. I've already mentioned it as a dislike. I love the looks of the first version. Here, just it looks a little bit more dated, but they do have other color versions I like better than this black and white and orange version. But again, that's just my opinion. Bringing us to our conclusion. I like the Ultra 100. I really liked the first version of the Dynafit Ultra 100. I don't mind this version that they're just simply calling the Ultra 100. There are certainly some things I feel have improved, and I certainly feel there are some things that have maybe taken a bit of a step back. But if there's anything that you take from this review, whether you're gonna get these or not, it's that Dynafit is certainly a brand to be paying attention to. They have more products in their trail shoe line that are sort of catered to the more mountaineer or the lower stack, more ground feel type runner. The Ultra 100 is certainly gonna be their most adaptable shoe to as many running styles as possible. So this is probably gonna be the one that I would recommend anyone tries out first from the brand. But that's sort of where I'm at with my conclusion, bringing us to, is the Dynafit Ultra 100 a buy, try, or a why? By now you're probably already guessing. Try it. It is certainly a shoe that I think everyone should get their foot in. It is a brand that not many people know about yet in the trail running scene. Those in the know. Those who are maybe fans of snow sports, whether that's ski-mo, ski touring, stuff like that, are probably already very familiar with the brand. Guess what? They make trail running shoes, and I've talked about them a bit on this channel, and the Ultra 100 is certainly going to be worth your time checking out. So that is it for today's review. The table's now turned to you, my friends. Have you tried the Ultra 100 first version, or perhaps this, the second version? In the comments of this video, let me know. If you want more information, or if you would like to get a pair of these shoes for yourself, I have links in the description. Also, if you have any running gear that you need to get, links in the description over to Running Warehouse. It is an affiliate link. Use it. It does support the channel. Costs you nothing. And if you're a GR Crew member, there's even some discount codes and stuff you can use over there that get you additional dollars off. So consider joining the GR Crew. That's my pitch. That's my review. More of them coming every single day. Appreciate you all. Hope you're getting out there trading hard, racing harder, and partying the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.